Hello friends, welcome to the Spice Route. Today we are bringing you a dessert, and this is a phenomenal dessert that I've had in many different places. This is Beetroot Halwa, and what I have here for the ingredients are grated beetroot. This is approximately 750 grams of grated beetroot. We need evaporated milk or regular milk. It's about 3 cups of evaporated milk or regular milk. Evaporated just adds a lot of caramelized flavor. Condensed milk, about 1 tin. We have 2 cups of regular sugar down here. We have about 3/4 of a cup of ghee or clarified butter. We have some saffron, just a couple of strands of saffron so that it adds a lot of flavor. We have cashew nuts and we have cardamom powder or elaichi powder. I'll just show you how we're gonna make all of the ghee in here. And the first thing I do is roast the cashew nuts until they're brown. So this is a very common step that everyone has. Roast your cashew nuts, take the cashew nuts out, leave the ghee in the pan, and I'll show you how that looks. I have the heat at medium. I'm roasting the cashew nuts here. You don't need to make them brown. It needs to be good and crunchy. About a minute of frying is good enough, and then take it out and keep it separately, and we'll use it to garnish at the very end. Alright, so we've taken the cashew nuts and kept it aside. We still have the ghee in the pan, and I'm going to just add all of the beetroot into it. I'm not adding anything else, just plain beetroot. Remember, the quantity looks like quite a bit. It will reduce as the halwa cooks. The moisture has to go away and it will reduce. So the first thing you do with this is cook the beetroot in the ghee for about 5 minutes, and then we will add the evaporated milk and cook it for about 15 minutes at that point. In fact, right now what we do, we don't want the beetroot to get browned or anything. So we've cooked it in the ghee. So we'll see it in about 5 minutes when I add the evaporated milk. We have cooked this for about 5 minutes. At this point, I'm going to add the evaporated milk into it. If you don't have evaporated milk, like in India or other countries, if you don't find it, regular milk is perfectly fine. Evaporated milk just adds a little bit of extra flavor. I'm adding about 3 cups of evaporated milk into the mix. Now the beetroot is going to cook in the evaporated milk. Nothing else is added so far. I have not added sugar. I have not added the milkmaid or any of that. So let the beetroot cook, and we're going to let this cook. We're going to close the lid, put it in medium, and let this cook for about 12 to 15 minutes until the beetroot itself is completely well cooked. That's the idea here. Alright friends, it's been about 17 minutes or so, I would say. I'm not counting the minutes exactly here, but the beetroot seems to have been cooked. I did stir the beetroot up a little bit once in between. You'll see that the beetroot has absorbed the liquid a little bit, the milk. At this point, we're going to add 3 things into this mixture. The very first thing that we add is a tin of milkmaid. Let that go in. Take out all the milkmaid from there. Remember, there's a lot of milkmaid stuck in the bottom. So remember to take everything out as much as you can. Alright. Mix that up. Once you've mixed the milkmaid, remember milkmaid has sugar. Alright, at this point I'm going to add the sugar as well. If you remember, I had taken about 2 cups of sugar. What I am going to do is I'm not going to add the entire sugar because I have a feeling it's a little too much. I'm going to add about 3/4 of that. So about 1.5 cups of sugar is good. That's good in my opinion. Maybe just a little more. I'm just going to keep some of it aside. I don't like my halwas to be very, very sweet. It should have the perfect amount of sweetness but not be overly sweet. Remember, the sugar is now going to leave out a lot of liquid as well. The milkmaid added the liquid. Now we need to let the liquid go away. We need to let the liquid evaporate. So I'm going to cook this in the open lid. So I'm not going to put the lid. I'm going to cook it in the open for about 20 minutes or so. There's one more thing I add at this point, which is the saffron. I take maybe about a few strands of saffron, which is about 3 or 4 strands, crush them a little bit instead of putting them whole, and then just sprinkle it across, mix it up. A little bit goes a long way with saffron because the amount of flavor that saffron brings is just phenomenal. So now we're going to let this cook in the open, medium high. It is going to bubble up a little bit. It's okay, just keep stirring maybe every 2 minutes or so, and then you'll see that this starts thickening very quickly. All right, I'll show it to you in about 10 minutes or so how it looks. All right, friends, I keep giving you wrong timing. It's been about 20 minutes that I've been stirring it every 2 minutes or so, just to make sure that the beetroot doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan, right? And it's this helps caramelize the beetroot also quite a bit, right? When you keep stirring it. I am going to do two things. One, I'm going to add about 1.5 teaspoons of ghee to the halwa here. This is one of the last steps that we've got to do, and right at this point I am also going to add about half a teaspoon or so of cardamom powder. So you've got to, if you like the smell of cardamom, please do feel free to add a little more. Again, even sugar, we like it with low sugar, but you can choose to add as much as you want. I know some people that add even 3 cups of sugar for this. 1.5 to 2 cups is perfect in my opinion for about 750 grams of beetroot. And if you notice, right, I've mixed this up right now. I'm just going to wait for about 5 minutes or so, and right before I take it out, you can already start seeing that when you push it, the mixture is coming together like a homogeneous halwa kind of texture. So what we're going to do now is let this cook for about 5 more minutes, add the cashew nuts, and then we will be done with the actual halwa. Alright friends, 5 more minutes of stirring now. I'm just going to add the cashew nuts right there, and I'm going to stir with the cashew nut in the halwa. See how the halwa is balling up when you mix it? That's the texture which you want. When you're mixing it, the halwa should all come together. If you add a lot of ghee, then you will see the ghee ooze out. We did not add a lot of ghee. This is not that rich, but it's going to be extremely tasty. So look at how it is right now. This is the perfect texture for the halwa, and you can now at this point take it out to be served. That, my friends, is the final product. Enjoy cooking this at home. Please do like, subscribe, click the bell icon, everything that you can do to support the channel. Thank you.